Three questions every guest asks. Did you know that when a guest comes to your church, they're going to make the decision about whether or not they want to come back within the first 15 minutes of them being there? And so, what we have to do is we have to be prepared for them from the minute they drive onto their campus. And when they drive onto the campus, they're going to be asking a whole number of questions like, where do I go? Where am I supposed to park? Where do my kids go? Is this place going to be safe for my kids? Will my kids find friends? Is this place going to be fun? And while this is not necessarily a video about all the guest things to consider, what we are going to talk about are specific questions that a kids pastor needs to answer. So here's three questions that every guest asks that we need to answer. Question number one, will my kids be safe? Back in the day, we used to not have to worry about safety. There are not as much anyway, especially if you go to the older churches, you see that it was not built for these large, they were not built for security. They're not secure places. They have lots of exits. They have lots of entrances. There's easy ways for people to come in and out. And what the newer churches and the bigger churches are doing is they're making it to where it's a locked down place. Because of the dangerous society that we live in, we have to make sure that our kids are safe. So some of the things you can do to help that is to have a secure check-in system where every kid gets a tag and the parent gets a tag. And when the parent comes to pick up, you have to ask for that tag. The other thing you can do is background check all of your volunteers and advertise that all those volunteers are background checked. For bonus points, if you can afford it or if it would work in your community, you can even bring in a police officer, and a police officer will help communicate that safety. All these things will help answer that question. Do my guests feel like they are safe? Question number two, will my kids have fun? That is the number one question that parents ask their kids, whether they're new or they're returning, is, did you have fun today? Fun for kids is work. It is what they do for a job, is they have fun. So what you need to do is you need to incorporate as much fun into your service as possible. Now, I'm not saying that you can't ever be serious, because we are talking about kids' eternity here. However, we also should make it fun. So do magic tricks, do object lessons, use puppets, use a humor, make jokes, do whatever you can to make it fun. Especially take that time in that pre-service time to have fun activities. You can use board games, you can use games up on a screen, you can bring in video games or anything, any number of things to do. What I like to do specifically for my ministry is I like to have things that kids can work together and be together with the kids and the leaders so that more kids can connect and it's more interactive as opposed to just a kid staring at a screen. All these things help make your area fun and will have them wanting to come back again and again. Question number three, will my kids connect? This is a huge question that parents are worried about. Basically, will my kids find a friend? Are they going to find someone that's going to like them for who they are? Parents are so incredibly worried about this. And so when you bring in a kid, sometimes the parent wants to come back with them, or if the kid is attached to their parent and they don't want to let go, let that parent come back in and just see what's going on. Because what happens is a kid comes in and they're in a new place where they don't know anybody and mom is gone. And so it's a stressful, anxious place with lots of kids running around on lots of different activities. Only the most extroverted kid will even survive in this situation. And so what you need to do is you need to be prepared to help kids connect. So find leaders or even some of your older kids and have them pair up with that kid and bring them around and introduce them to other kids. When the kid first comes in, try to see if they know someone else from their school or from somewhere else so that they can make that connection. Because even just a little bit of connection will help that kid feel that much more safe and that much more comfortable when mom leaves. All these things help your kids, help your guests feel so much more comfortable with leaving their kid with you. So make sure, think about before church even begins, before on Monday, before Sunday comes, answer these three questions. Will my kids be safe? Will they have fun? And will they connect? Answer those three and you will see your parents and your guests come back again and again.